So I just gave birth to my first child 3 weeks ago, and I have a very unusual challenge that has to do with my family of origin. So last year, my little brother came out as a woman, and he's 16 years younger than me. So I kind of helped raise him. So I really, really love him like he's my own. And I'm the only one in the family that doesn't call him by his new name and pronouns. And honestly, I don't really call him anything. I just like use workarounds to not offend him or, you know, uh, lie to him as per your advice. So he thinks he's going to be called auntie, and I'm not planning on lying to my daughter about gender. So how do I tell him that he's going to be uncle without blowing up my relationship with him and maybe everybody in my family? And how do I protect my daughter from her ideologically addled relatives?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're going to start out with an easy question, are we? Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Why have you decided to take the stance that you're taking? Like you said that you love your brother, and I'm not questioning that. And an argument could be made, and people will make this, that if you loved him, you would go along with what he is acting out. But you've decided that you're not going to do that. And so why have you done that?
My intuition and you, honestly. Like I think I, have been watching enough of your videos and everything that I'm starting to see things clearly, and I don't think it's right. I don't think what he's doing is right.
Okay, how do you know you're seeing things clearly? Like what makes you inclined to believe that?
I think because it's the only thing that feels right. I mean, I think if you took who I was 5 or 10 years ago and pasted it over this situation, I I might still have the same reaction. I might be a little more willing to just kinda go with it. I think I'd be more willing to fall for he's gonna hurt himself if I don't
Yeah, yeah,
affirm.
yeah. That's
That's kind of
nonsense. That's nonsense, eh? And
yeah.
okay, so let me address this issue now that you've told me that. So what I would say to you is that the truth is a medium to long-term game, right? So it's the best strategy because it falls in accordance with reality. But you can game reality in the short term, which is why people lie and why they go along with false consensus and why they try to gather things for themselves that they don't deserve. But that doesn't work in the medium to long run. It's a very bad strategy. And so I would say that your best bet for maintaining your relationship with your brother over the long run, and that could be decades, and what would also be in his best interest, is to stick to the truth. Now, you're going to pay a price for that in the short term, right? You know that. The price is going to be the resistance you're going to get from everybody who's going along with him. They'll be annoyed at you because your stance runs contrary to theirs, and there'll be flack from him as well. But this is where you make a decision of conscience, and you decide whether you're going to stick to what you believe to be right, come hell or high water, in the hopes that that's the best strategy, all things considered, over the longest period of time. That's what faith in the truth is. So I could define it. Faith in the truth is the belief that whatever happens when you tell the truth is the best thing that could happen, regardless of how it looks to you in the moment and maybe to others. Now, the alternative would be faith in falsehood. You could say, well, I'll go along with the illusion. That'll make everyone happy, and apparently, and it'll reduce conflict, and that's the best pathway. You don't have any evidence, so to speak, for either of those because you don't know how it's going to play out. And so you have to decide what you're going to stake yourself on, and then you have to pay the price. You're going to pay a price of one form or another.